Salam, this is Joan Clark. I'm doing a tape about my progress as a Muslim, and then it's going to cover subjects that I find interesting. It's for the month of October 2025. So, as far as Gaza, what we're hearing is that the Israeli hostages have been released, 20 of 48, and we're currently into a ceasefire, but it's not exactly peace until the end of October, and it's conditional on assault. Then I wanted to speak about how that was exciting that it did take place, um, but that there were also two deaths, a Tamir Nimrodi and Bipinjoshi. As far as Gaza, there are currently 2 million people in that area, and of those, 67,000 deaths have occurred. They're assuming that they're Muslim, but they're still finding the people in rubble, so that there's a case that's been filed. There's also 2,000 prisoners that have been released by Israel in exchange for theirs. And I did want to mention there were also 30 Christians that died. The charge that was filed by South Africa is for genocide, and it's the intention to destroy a group by killing, bodily harm, mental harm, preventing birth, and affecting children. And I wanted to mention that I feel like I'm dealing with similar problems. I've gone through resuscitation in the last 10 years where I might have died. I've experienced strangulation twice and electrocution, serious harms, acts of violence. As far as mentally being harmed, I'd say that usually has to do with being picked on in a way that relates to prejudice. And then, as far as preventing birth, I, I was told one time that I couldn't have children. I just got married. I was told by people we knew that I couldn't because someone else in the family was supposed to be the first to have children. And they said it was because she was a Jew. Well, I'm also a Jew, and I have green eyes on American heritage. So I deal with that. And then also, as far as kids being affected when there's prejudice, I went through abduction. My Both my daughters have been, and I'm still trying to reunite with them. But I did want to mention that the South African case that has been made is just an allegation against Israel and is now into a legally proven case that has to take place and into the hands of two courts. It's alleging that they cause starvation, destruction of healthcare, educational, and sanitation systems. And the two courts that are going to decide it are the ICJ, International Criminal Justice, and the ICC, International Criminal Courts. The one handles charges against a large area and the other against specific people. And they are supposed to arrest three people: Prime Minister Netanyahu, a person named Yoav Gallant, the defense minister, and Mohammed Diab Ibrahim Al Masri DEIF. So the prosecution rests on again getting people to turn this in and hold them in Hague for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The UN did make a statement that there was genocide, but it's not taking sides as to which, you know, whether it was Muslim or Jewish people. And so I wanted to go ahead and do these prayers. Oh Allah, give those believers that are absent a better abode. Take them into paradise. Verily, we belong to you, and to you we return. And the other is, O Hashim, magnified and sanctified is your great name, created by divine will. May peace rule speedily into the entire household of Israel, and may that peace be universal. Amen. I wanted also to cover my personal life. I haven't connected to my pledges. I had been given one here in the United States and another person that is from Egypt. I'm not really hearing from them. I'm still in a state where I'll be losing my housing, and friends are trying to help me. They're religious friends. So it's really important that they're aware of that and contact me as soon as possible because I need the help. I'm experiencing constant conflict. Um, the housing that I've been given and the help, I'm so appreciative. I do want to thank those people. Um, but I also wanted to mention that there's concern in the area for HIV and that there's sore throats around. And at the time that they're nearby, it almost feels like you're catching it. But I think maybe they're too concerned. However, I was with one household and I developed a sore from using dishes in the home. And so, the reason I'm bringing it up is that the sore won't leave. I did happen to clean the dishes before I use them, but what I've learned is that if you deal with any illnesses in your home, dishwashing liquid is not effective in removing disease. What they started doing was soaking the dishes in a solution of part Clorox and water and just letting them sit for a while and then washing them with regular soap. I'm also working on my Fajr prayer, which I do partly in English and also Arabic, but I'm trying to transition that now. I've added a little bit more Arabic to it, and I'm also leading a godly and chaste life. And then I wanted to conclude this with I've been studying religious information, and one of the statements made in it was something I liked. It said that we're saddened by destruction and suffering in the world on a large scale. And then I wanted to mention I am going through it and the world is going through it. I feel like nothing's improving. Is kind of depressing, but I know people want to help me. And the interesting part of what I read is that instead we should be excited to share our faith with other people and in what ways we feel it helps or betters all our lives.